In this edition of Transworld Sport, Portugal's the venue for the Adventure Racing World Championships. Located on Portugal's Estoril coast, the town of Cascais lies 30 kilometres east of the capital Lisbon, in one of the country's most opulent regions. Traditionally a popular area for sailing enthusiasts who travel here for the coast's favourable wind and sea conditions, the former fishing village was recently the venue for a more challenging form of sporting activity, as it hosted the 2009 Adventure Racing World Championship. The annual event sees the world's best international adventure racers tackle a demanding course featuring a variety of testing stages. Each one poses a different sporting challenge, including trekking, biking and kayaking, all of which have to be completed within a certain time limit. This year's course is 907 kilometres in length and is expected to be completed in 5 days. The course also features 73 checkpoints, which each mixed team of 4 must try to reach, as they lose points and time for each one missed. Last year's winners, the Orion Health team from New Zealand, are returning to defend their title. However, the favourites this year are Team Nike from the USA, led by team captain Mike Closer, a former mountain bike world champion and a 5-time winner of the event.
You know, I think the motivation for me is still just the lure of competition and the possibility of winning and I guess the excitement that comes with winning. And for me, it's pretty much about the winning factor that draws me back to these events year after year.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Following an 8-kilometre prologue on day 1, which gives the teams a chance to get to grips with the terrain, the race proper gets underway on day 2, as 59 teams from 26 nations hit the road. The opening stage takes the teams into the hills and forests of the Portuguese coastline, with teams having to deal with the demands of the landscape, including rock climbing, abseiling down cliffs and canyoning down a river. Race favourites Team Nike and reigning champions Orion Health are amongst the front runners, as the teams tackle a long mountain bike section which takes them through the night and involves travelling through Portugal's highest mountain range. After only a few hours sleep, the teams get underway on day 3, starting with a 45-kilometre trek through the mountains. Team Nike and Orion Health remain at the head of the field, reaching the most checkpoints and coping best with the tricky mountain terrain. However, even they're forced to miss checkpoints here and there as they struggle to keep up with the pace set by the race organisers, as well as some of the more demanding race conditions. Although not travelling as fast as the 2 leaders, the Helly Hansen-Prunesco team from Great Britain proved to be the masters of navigating each stage and are the only team to hit all the checkpoints after 2 days. However, their diligence in sticking to the route means that they arrive too late at the kayaking stage and are forced to run to the next checkpoint. Helly Hansen arrive late into the night, but instead of catching some well-earned rest like many of their rivals, they jump straight onto their bikes and head out for the next stage, meaning they've only had 45 minutes sleep in 2 days of racing. The first stage on day 4 is rollerblading, which takes place along a main road close to the Spanish border. Although Nike and Orion maintain their overall advantage, thanks to their strategy and lack of sleep, Helly Hansen find themselves unexpectedly challenging the leaders.
Well, I think we're 3rd, which is unbelievable. I'm very happy with that. We're going to try and catch Nike and Orion, but they're a lot better than us, to be honest. But we'll give it our best shot and see how we can get on.
It soon becomes clear that none of the teams are travelling fast enough to reach all the checkpoints and complete the stages in time. So success becomes dependent on accurate navigation and carefully deciding which checkpoints are expendable. Whilst Orion and Nike struggle to find the best way to shorten the stages, Helly Hansen take advantage and move into the lead. Things start to look even better for the British team when first Orion lose one of their team members, all but ending their chances of retaining the title, before Team Nike take a wrong turning and only just reach one of the checkpoints in time, cementing the British team's lead.
Massive adrenaline. And it was early because we thought we were hoping Knight wouldn't make a cut-off, and then we found out they did make the cut-off. So that's when we realised that we probably weren't going to win. But then they've just, they just folded for some reason. But that's maybe just the pressure we put on them, keeping ahead of them and stuff. That was kind of our plan, really.
With extreme fatigue setting in, the teams confront the final stage, a 23-kilometre trek along the sand. America's Team Nike are one of the first teams to arrive at the finish, but a few missed checkpoints cost the team dearly as they're forced to settle for second place. Despite only having 6 hours of sleep in 5 days of racing and with more checkpoints than any other team, Britain's Helly Hansen Prunesco crossed the line to be crowned the 2009 Adventure Racing World Champions.
Amazing, literally amazing. It's the whole team, and it's just been an emotional roller coaster because we haven't really known exactly where we've been. We've been working so hard, pushing our bodies to beyond a limit, had no sleep. Today we were just literally running completely on empty, but just kept going and going and going.